Honoring a life cut short, a life of 23 years is far too short. Yet Robert Jr. left an indelible mark on those who knew him. We honor the warm spirit and kind heart that his family so lovingly remembered. Robert's bravery in speaking about his addiction on national television may have saved lives we will never know of. He was more than a reality TV figure. He was a beloved son, friend, and human being. The Salt Lake City community loses a young man who is described as being full of life. His humor and personality were highlights for many who followed his journey on RHOSLC. We reflect on the gift Mary Cosby described her son to be the light of her life. Robert Jr. proved that vulnerability is a strength, especially when facing the darkness of addiction. To be called home to the Lord at 23 is a spiritual peace that his family now clings to. We remember the young man who was once a new person after his 2024 rehab success. His story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the power of a mother's love. Robert Jr.'s candidness about beginning his struggle at age 16 shed light on the teen addiction crisis. He carried the weight of a public life with a degree of honesty that was truly humbling. A cherished member of the Bravo family, his absence will be felt deeply by the network. His standout moments on screen were defined by raw, unfiltered truth. We honor the journey he walked, including the peaks of recovery and the valleys of relapse. Robert Jr. was a young man searching for his path in a complex and often public world. His warm spirit will be the legacy that outshines the headlines. We pause to recognize the human behind the Housewives' son title. Robert's life reminds us that every person we see on screen is fighting a battle we know little about. May his soul find the peace that passes all understanding. He was a son of Salt Lake City, and the city mourns one of its own today. Robert Jr.'s smile in his final Instagram posts is the image we choose to hold on to. We salute his courage in facing his dark places while the cameras were rolling. Rest in peace, Robert Clinton Cosby Jr. Your struggle is over, and you are finally at rest. Messages of support from Mary and Robert Sr. Our hearts break for Mary Cosby. Losing an only child is a grief that defies language. To Mary and Robert Sr., may you find comfort in the memories that made you happy. The strength required to release such a faith-filled statement in the wake of tragedy is immense. Andy Cohen's words ring true. This is indeed every parent's worst nightmare. We stand with the Cosby family as they navigate this sudden and hard-to-comprehend loss. May the prayers of the RHOSLC fanbase provide a hedge of protection around Mary's heart. The outpouring of love from co-stars like Heather Gay and Lisa Barlow shows the deep bond of the cast. Mary's devotion to her son was evident in every frame they shared together. You're the only thing that ever made me happy. Mary's words to Robert are a hauntingly beautiful tribute. We respect the family's request for privacy as they trust in the Lord to carry them through. To Robert Sr., your son's humor and heart were a reflection of the love you gave him. The Cosby family's reliance on Ecclesiastes 1:2-8 offers a profound perspective on this fleeting life. We acknowledge the weight Mary carried as a mother and caregiver throughout Robert's rehab, sending deep condolences to the extended Cosby and Miller families during this time of sorrow. May the God of all comfort be near to Mary in the quiet moments. The Bravo community is a large family, and today we are all mourning with Mary. We remember Mary's joy when Robert was released from jail. Let that love be her anchor now. Mother's love more than anything in this world never ends. It only changes form. May the community of St. Mary's in Salt Lake City rally around this grieving family. To Mary, your transparency about Robert's journey helped others feel less alone. We hope the Cosby family feels the collective embrace of their supporters worldwide. Every parent who has struggled with a child's addiction feels this loss personally today. May the peace of God settle over their household in the coming months. We honor Mary's resilience and her unwavering faith in the face of the unthinkable. Your son was a treasure, and he will be remembered as such. Reflections on addiction and awareness. Robert Jr.'s death is a tragic reminder that the overdose crisis spares no family. The full arrest medical emergency call on Monday night is a trauma responders face too often. We must continue the conversation Robert started about the dangers of Xanax and OxyContin. His admission that he wanted to die at 16 is a call to action for early mental health intervention. Addiction is a relentless disease that does not discriminate by status or fame. Robert's candidness was a mirror held up to a society struggling with a drug epidemic. Relapse is part of the journey for many, and we must meet it with compassion, not judgment. We thank Robert Jr. for being real when it would have been easier to hide. The mind-blowing feedback Mary received shows how much the world needs stories like Robert's. Let this tragedy be a catalyst for better support systems for those leaving rehab. We honor the new person Robert became in 2024, proving that recovery is always possible. His struggle with suicide ideation highlights the critical link between mental health and substance abuse. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available at the 988 Lifeline. Robert's life was more than his mistakes. It was a testament to the human struggle for peace. The dark place Robert described is one many are currently fighting to leave. We must break the stigma of incarceration for those suffering from addiction-related legal issues. Robert Jr. showed us that even in the midst of legal troubles, there is a human heart beating. His humbling experience on camera provided a voice for the voiceless. Let us remember Robert as a warrior who fought a very difficult battle. The fleeting and futile pursuits mentioned in Ecclesiastes remind us to focus on the spirit. We celebrate the 30-day successes and the moments of sobriety he achieved. Addiction may have taken his life, but it cannot take the joy he brought his mother. We advocate for more resources in Salt Lake City to combat the local overdose crisis. Robert's story is a chapter in a much larger book of awareness that we must keep writing. Final tributes and words of peace. Robert Cosby Jr. is finally at peace, away from the pressures of fame and the weight of addiction. The heartache felt today will eventually give way to the promise of a reunion. Bravo's decision to pause production is a respectful acknowledgement of the gravity of this loss. We will miss the humor that Robert brought to our screens. His kind heart is the memory that will endure in the halls of the Cosby family home. May the legacy of Robert Jr. be one of increased empathy for the addicted and the grieving. The beloved son has been called home. May his journey be light. We salute Clayton Sims and the legal team for their respectful representation of the family. Goodbye, Robert. You were loved more than anything, and you will be missed more than words can say. To the Cosby family, we are grateful for your prayers, and we offer ours in return.